Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And it's official, according to Variety, that alt-right rag. Thunderbolts lost millions of dollars despite great reviews. Oh my God, guys. Imagine that. And here's the thing. Sometimes you can have a movie that is good and it still loses money. It can still be a huge box office bomb. I don't know why people think when you call attention to the numbers, which don't lie, unless you're some companies, they lie. But you call attention to the numbers and say, look, this movie did not make money. You might enjoy it. You might have thought it was the greatest thing ever, but it didn't make money. It is what it is. People get upset. They're like, oh my God, you're trying to say it's a terrible movie and it's just bigots and Nazis. It's
well,
like,
clearly
no.
It's not just bigots and Nazis because people didn't go see it in general or wouldn't have lost millions of dollars.
Money is the measuring stick that you use to see what the general public's interest is in a particular product or project. And if the money is not there, that means that outside of the nerdosphere on YouTube or Twitter or whatever, normal people didn't care.
No.
And they didn't care about this movie. And, we did a review on this channel. Geeky and Squid King saw it. And they both liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I said, is it your normal Marvel movie? No, it really isn't. But it wasn't a bad movie. But I can see why people didn't go to it either because they're just like more of the same. And this is kind of like the D-list, characters for the most part. I get it.
So let's talk about this and let's talk about how much money this movie's actually lost. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Hey, go out to badorcs.com. Help support this campaign. Orcs are a-holes. We got another round of enamel pins coming. These are very bad orcs doing very bad things. That's why they're a-holes. So there we go. Again, badorcs.com. This is coming from Variety. This is not one of the alt-right rags or whatever. This is coming from one of the top industry papers. And they're saying that even though it had good reviews and good feedback from the audience, it's still a massive, massive failure. It says cratered at the box office, $371 million globally. It's one of the lowest grossing installments of the MCU, period. If this is the second coming of Marvel, the superhero empire might need another reboot. Yeah. Ouch.
It was a good movie, but I said even in the review, it's like it was good, but it didn't feel like a very Marvel-y movie. No, it was more about mental health, which sounds terrible, but it actually wasn't too bad. If it comes to Disney Plus, I give it a shot to watch it. But again, it was also made of characters that were kind of like ones that were, for the most part, side characters or characters that were in Disney Plus shows. And if you didn't know those shows, if you didn't know who these people were now, you'd be very lost.
Yeah. And I think that was a huge turnoff for people. They don't like to do homework. That was, one of the things that killed the Marvels. Is one of the things that killed, the second week for Doctor Strange, Captain America's Falcon the Winter Soldier. You need to watch that. You need to watch all these other Disney Plus shows. And people are like, yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's already hard enough to keep up with all the Marvel movies. And now I gotta watch all these shows between the movies. Like, hell no. Hell no. They said, Marvel's calculus has changed, says Sean Robbins, Fandango's movie analytics director. We're in a new era where not every Marvel movie is going to hit $1 billion. It's just not.
It's just not. Well, no, none of the movies. I mean, other than sequels to animated films are hit, and Deadpool, which was funny, are hitting that much money.
It's interesting. They're saying that, oh my God, Captain America Brave New World was a failure too. They said last February's Captain America Brave New World and 2023's The Marvels and Ant-Man and the Wasp could blame their disastrous grosses on terrible reviews. Thunderbolts had enthusiastic word of mouth, but is yet to climb out of the red, suggesting there's a new ceiling for superhero movies that aren't based on marquee characters. Actually, I would say that the failure of the movies before this one probably damaged this one somewhat.
Right. I think that leading up to it, the whole idea of let's race swap and gender swap and everything, everybody wasn't helping either. And the MCU in Phase 4 also not helping. And I'm saying this as a woman.
They said the diminished global marketplace and oversaturation of superhero stories on the big and small screen, are partly responsible for the decline.
Apathy is the main reason.
Audience habits and tastes have also shifted. This year's biggest blockbusters have been kid-friendly films like a Minecraft movie, Lilo and Stitch, or original fare such as Sinners. I think what is going on, partially, I mean, they're talking superhero fatigue, but I think it's like movies cycle, right? Television cycles. We go from, in TV, we go from, sitcoms to like hour-long dramas to reality TV to whatever. Everything has its time, and then it dissipates, right? And I think what we're seeing with superheroes just in general, because there's so damn much superhero content, that we're seeing kind of the end or the tail end, I think, of superheroes being oversaturated, like we did with Westerns. Like every other damn show on TV in the 50s and 60s was a Western. And then like almost overnight, boom, Westerns are gone. Science fiction's in, and that's the new normal for a while. There still are Westerns, but there aren't nearly as many of them.
Right.
And that's going to happen here, I think.
And again, you can't blame it on, the bigots and all that crap, because the main audience at large, the normies, they didn't show up either.
Yeah, and they're saying this might not bode well for Fantastic Four. They say
I don't know. I think people, I don't know. We'll see. I think word of mouth might tank Fantastic Four if it's as bad as I'm worried it's going to be.
Here's the thing. This one can't even be, I mean, they were saying it was mid or whatever. Like, it can't even be mid. Like, it's got to be amazing, and it has to lead. I mean, this is the one that leads right into Doomsday.
It has to be amazing just to compete with Superman.
Yeah, Superman comes out which one comes first? I think Superman comes out first. So Superman comes out. Superman, people are actually excited. I know when we went to go see How to Train Your Dragon earlier today, and the Superman trailer came up, and I heard people saying that they want to go see it really bad.
Did they have a Superman? Oh, yeah, they did have a Superman. It's the one I had. Yeah, they did. I had
the new trailer. Yeah.
It was a new trailer, yes.
Yeah, and they wanted to go see it. They're like, I want to see that. And
well, they just dropped, there's a bunch of popcorn buckets and stuff with crypto and that coming out for that one too. Today.
I will get the Galactus bucket regardless, because it's comic
book
accurate.
We'll have to get two,
Galactus.
because like my sister wants one too. So
it's 17 inches tall.
I don't know how much it's going to be though, but
probably
it lights up too.
It's probably like $100 or something, It's just an insane amount of money for a popcorn bucket. But yeah, they're like, they have to go big or go home with Fantastic Four, and then Doomsday, and then Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4 will probably make money. And then Secret Wars. The rumor is that with Secret Wars, they're going to hit the reset button on Marvel, which I think is going to confuse people even more.
I think they're going to reset. They're going to hit the reset button, but it's going to be like, we're completely wiping out the characters that you did like for these new versions of them. And I think it's going to bite them in the ass even harder.
They're just like, man, they're really ripping them a new one. They're talking about how they took unknown characters like Guardians of the Galaxy and they turned them into A-listers. But they're like, Robert Downey Jr. can't return every time the MCU lands in dire straits. If the studio wants to replenish the well with new vigilantes, it needs to spend less on origin stories, but belt tightening is getting harder as the cost of everything from actors pay to visual effects to catering. Yes, damn those tariffs, has drastically risen, and turning these movies into can't-miss events requires huge promotional dollars for globe-trotting press tours and premieres.
Well, what will solve a lot of those problems?
Yes, I know.
AI.
AI will, because that's the thing. So this is what's going to be really interesting with the advent. Again, I'm for the ethical use of AI, using AI to help creators create things more efficiently or faster, is that you'll be able to produce a movie that looks like a $200-300 million movie on like $25 million.
I don't think it'd be that low, but yeah.
$50 million. But still, you can get 2 or 3 movies, and they can take more. At that point, they could take more chances.
That's true.
Because
I think they're playing it too safe. But I think changing everybody out for new characters because of it being current year was really stupid too.
So again, this is this is coming from Variety. Variety, one of the most trusted trade publications in Hollywood history, is telling you Thunderbolts needed $425 million just to break even, and it's at like what, 371?
Yeah, how dare they? There's bigots.
Yeah, they said the company can recoup some costs through Disney Plus and other home entertainment markets, but that's not why they make movies. They don't make movies to break even or make very little profit. They make movies because they want hundreds of millions of dollars in profit.
I honestly did not think Thunderbolts was going to do gangbusters.
No.
I just didn't think it was. Is it a good movie? Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Is it super like Marvel formula? Not really, but it isn't a bad movie. But I can totally understand people were going to wait for Disney Plus for it. I really, if I wasn't reviewing it, I would have waited for Disney Plus for it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I think we're seeing, I mean, basically, I don't think you can overstate how important Fantastic Four is going to be to the future of the MCU, because that's like the last card they can play to get people interested.
I'm not sure it's going to work. I really am not. I have to see more, but if it's going to go the way I'm afraid it's going to go, I don't know if that's going to succeed.
Yeah, and I was actually looking forward to that one. I still might go see it. Just for the visuals. I'm going to go
see it because I have to. We review it.
We'll review it. Yeah. But I was looking forward to that one, and then when they released the new trailer for that and the new trailer for Superman, I'm like, you know what? I wasn't interested in Superman. Now I'm very interested in Superman, and now Fantastic Four, not so much.
Yeah, I'll see them both so we can review them, and I'm even probably go to Leo to see that one so we can review it. I know Pinky Boo wants to see it, so we'll go see that so we can review it, and we're gonna do Freakier Friday too. I know because she really wants.
Yeah, you guys can do that. I'm not.
Yeah, she loves Freaky Friday, so she's like, we're gonna go see that one too. But we'll review everything we go see so we can tell you what we think, and whether it's worth going or not.
According to our taste,
our opinion. Again, I think Thunderbolts wasn't a bad movie. I think it was pretty good. Do I think it's like for normal Marvel people who want Marvel formula films? No. Do I think it was the best thing ever? No. Do I think that it should have got more chance in it than people gave it? Probably. But I completely understand, given what we've seen so far leading up to this, why people are just like, nah, don't care. Yeah. I get it. I totally get it.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.